In a narrow alley, a pack of loose dogs claims this place as untouchable territory. The horse cart barely shows up, and it's already seen as an intruder. The gray dog, driven by raw prey instinct, charges first. Its aggression sets off a chain reaction. The root of it all stays the same. Aggressive dogs, left loose, owners nowhere, turning a tight alley into a hunting ground. Two girls were happily following a viral trend online. Out of nowhere, a nearby horse threw a kick, launching one girl's skirt into the air, right in the middle of a crowd. The kick wasn't intentional. It was a spinal reflex, an ancient defense. Danger signals bypass the brain, triggering an instant reaction, like pulling back from heat. It happened before the mind could react. Hopefully, the girl is okay. Cold weather makes horses more unpredictable. Being confined for too long builds up energy, and the need to stay warm triggers a state called increased locomotor excitability, like a ticking energy bomb. The scene in the video shows it clearly. When energy is suppressed too long, it will find a way to explode. The human-horse bond relies on stable communication and mutual trust. One wrong reaction, just a few seconds, can undo months of careful training. That man thought he was holding the horse, but in reality, he was laying the groundwork for future aggression. In nature, violence usually starts from the carelessness of the weaker one. Yet humans rarely understand animal body language. A friendly pat on the rear, a gesture of affection among people, is a biological blind spot with horses. In the wild, it's a target zone for predators. Touching that area can trigger a defensive reflex, even without warning signs. In the open, no fences, no reins. Two stallions face off, possibly Arabians. Muscles tense, eyes locked in a burning stare. There's no performance here, only pure survival instinct. This isn't just about territory or mating rights. It's a ritual of selection, where the stronger one earns the right to exist within the herd. Behind the kicks, bites, and wild chases, there's no chaos. There's biological order. Conflict is how nature eliminates the weak, protects strong genes, and keeps the population in balance. Evolution doesn't aim for fairness. It aims for efficiency. Survival isn't about staying alive at all costs. It's about reproducing in the most effective way. And that instinct peaks in motherhood. Right after giving birth, at her weakest, a mare will still turn her back to defend. She becomes a living wall, kicking back again and again to protect her foal. No fences, no weapons, just primal drive. And it works, because nothing is stronger than the instinct to protect your young. The air is thick with blood, dust, and testosterone. A storm of violence erupts in a swirling haze, where life and death clash with every crushing stomp. They rise on two legs like ancient warriors, pouring their full weight into pinning each other to the ground. Every whinny echoes like a primal war cry, cut from pain and fury. The situation begins to spiral out of control. Pet owners must remember, when different species play together without supervision, especially large and small animals, accidents can happen in seconds, and the fallout often comes too fast to fix. And disaster often begins with something that seems playful. A man deliberately provokes a tense dog. It's a joke to the human. To the animal, it's a violation of territory. One step over the line, an instinct will rise. If the dog crosses the barrier, the consequences could be deadly. A small dog, reckless and unaware. A larger dog, cornered, maxed out with stress, finally snaps from instinct. Tragically, the owners missed every warning sign. A low growl, averted eyes, a stiffened stance. Even in the heart of Amsterdam, a city famed for order and civility, wild instinct can erupt in a flash. A bulldog, descendant of breeds designed for battle, is a living reminder. Genetics don't disappear with urbanization. Even one unleashed small dog, seemingly harmless, can trigger a chain of disaster. When a larger dog is pushed past its limit, its nervous system enters a stimulus overload. 1 second of human hesitation is just enough space for instinct to act, and there's no taking it back. But the greatest danger doesn't come from the animals. It comes from human indifference. The owner, the cameraman, they just stand there, shouting helplessly. In nature, standing by is appropriate. But in our world, where we hold responsibility for our pets, timely action is everything. Through every brutal kick, every sudden attack, and every emotional moment between animals and humans, one truth becomes clear. Horses don't kick for fun. Dogs don't bite out of boredom. They react out of instinct, out of fear, out of the need to protect their territory. What truly makes these situations dangerous isn't hooves or fangs, but human ignorance and carelessness. When we fail to understand them, we not only put ourselves at risk, we also endanger the very animals we care for. So share this video to help raise awareness. Subscribe to the channel for more content that educates and warns. Because understanding right means living right, and living right means living safely. Gameness, a reckless, fight-to-the-end tenacity, is what makes pit bulls both famous and dangerous. They're not just fierce, they're born to never back down. When a pit bull attacks, it doesn't bite and retreat. It bites deep, locks tight, and uses every ounce of muscle to hold on, no matter how the horse kicks or drags it along the ground. That bite and hold isn't random. It's a genetic technique shaped through generations, making them real living weapons. The lesson here is painfully clear. If you're riding a horse through any neighborhood, always assume stray dogs could jump out at any second. Keep the horse steady, slow down, watch carefully. If a dog charges, don't turn to fight it. Stay calm. Steer your horse away from danger as quickly as you can. Put distance before things spiral out of control. Many think this is just a random attack. In truth, it's a replay of an organized hunt. Feral dogs coordinate like their wolf ancestors. They split up, circle in, block every escape. A few run up front to cut off the path. Others hit from the sides, some trail behind, trapping the horse in a hopeless circle. A pack of unleashed pit bulls in the street is basically a loaded weapon on four legs. That pack prey drive kicks in when they spot a small dog. The woman's instinct to protect her pet turns her into the next target. One pit bull is terrifying. A pack of them is pure chaos. At that point, individual sense vanishes. All that's left is primal pack instinct. Hunt down, destroy anything that crosses their path. For the horse, its survival reflex is pushed to the edge. No way to run. It's forced to fight back. Those deadly kicks aren't random rage. They're the final defense of a prey animal. Strike first to stay alive. Underestimating that reflex can be a deadly mistake. Most importantly, this isn't always an attack to kill and eat. For some dogs, it's just a hunting game. A way to train their instincts or an unconscious herding habit. They don't know that this game can turn into a tragedy of blood and tears, all because people stop paying attention. A frightened horse climbs onto the hood of a car, desperate to escape. But the dog keeps chasing, circling, refusing to back off. Cornered with nowhere to run, the horse unleashes a brutal kick, a self-defense strike that flings the attacker away and lays bare a harsh truth. A horse's survival instinct shows no mercy to any threat. Behind that kick, the biggest mistake still lies with humans. They turn that space into a psychological pressure cooker, forcing two species that should never meet into a face-off, locking every exit, waiting for instinct to explode. Even worse scenes do happen. A frail, exhausted horse collapses in the street. An unleashed pit bull charges in, sinks its teeth into the horse's neck, clamps down, and won't let go. No barking, no growling, just silent, relentless pressure, exactly how centuries of breeding shaped its killing instinct. One tight space, two animals driven by clashing instincts, no control. The blueprint for tragedy is crystal clear. Owning a herding dog or a hunting breed means you must understand what you're taking on. They need training. They need work to burn off energy and satisfy their instincts. A bored, untrained dog will turn everything around it into a target, and its victims won't just be other pets. An animal's wild instinct never truly disappears. Just one careless moment can bring consequences more painful than you'd ever imagine. Be a responsible pet owner. Protect yourself, your family, and the animals around you. It was a peaceful afternoon on the farm. Golden sunlight stretched across the fields, painting the sky with gentle shades of orange and pink. Horses grazed calmly, but that serenity was about to be shattered. Two dogs, brimming with energy and curiosity, charged in like the wind, circling a majestic horse. Paw steps thudded rapidly against the ground, eyes glowing with excitement. The horse stayed calm, seemingly unbothered. But one daring dog got too close, hopping around its legs. It had no idea it was standing on the edge of danger. In just a split second, thud, the horse's hoof shot upward like lightning. The dog was flung through the air, landing motionless. A lesson etched deep. Never approach a horse if you value your life. Another horse, tired of a dog tailing it for too long, unleashed a kick as heavy as a hammer. The dog was lifted clean off the ground, crashing down with a chilling thud. The game was over in a single blow. Some lessons aren't deadly, but they last a lifetime. A curious dog crept closer, thinking it had entered a safe zone. But with a single quick fold of its hind legs, the horse made the boundaries crystal clear. No wounds were left, but the fear would never fade. After a long, exhausting day, the horse was resting on the ground when the peace was broken by loud barking. It stood, coiled its hind legs, and delivered a warning kick, forcing the noisy dog to stop instantly. And you, If you had a noisy neighbor, how would you handle it? Another dog thought it could taunt the horse. It darted back and forth. Swoosh! A sudden kick sent it rolling across the dirt. It fled, realizing it had just crossed a deadly line. Never think a young horse is harmless. One bold dog approached a foal, assuming it posed no threat. Whack! A lightning-fast kick, quicker than any reaction. The dog bolted, finally understanding that even the small can strike a lethal blow. The horse's ability to identify an opponent is truly remarkable. They utilize all their senses, from keen eyesight to acute hearing, to assess the situation and deliver a precise kick like a critical strike. In the icy dawn, a massive shadow suddenly lashed out, shattering the silence with a fierce kick. It looked like a killing blow, but the tiny opponent sprang back up unharmed. It wasn't an attack. It was the opening move in a chase to remember. Out on the vast grasslands, sometimes the leader is the smallest of them all. With a few confident barks, a tiny manager sent the entire herd scattering, creating a scene both chaotic and oddly amusing. A dog ran too close behind a horse, pushing its patience to the limit. In a flash, a swift back kick launched it into a roll. Luckily, it wasn't hurt. It popped back up immediately. But from that day forward, it knew to keep a safe distance. With astonishing muscle power, a single horse kick can generate a force of up to 900 kilograms, enough to make anyone, even the bravest dog, think twice. The horse's reflexes are incredibly sharp, enabling quick defense and agile movement. In a split second, it could deliver a powerful, precise kick to hit a target like a ball. This ability makes horses truly remarkable animals. When approaching a horse to take photos, maintain a safe distance of at least 2 meters and avoid standing behind, as horses may startle and deliver a powerful kick. Always ask the horse handler for permission and move slowly to avoid scaring them. Safety first. Horses regularly hone their skills to prepare for any situation, while also releasing excess energy, and their mid-air kicks are often a way to express excitement, playfulness, or relieve stress. These stories reveal an undeniable truth. Horses are the unyielding warriors of the grasslands. With impressive strength, mesmerizing grace, and lightning-fast reflexes, they are a force to be reckoned with. Once they feel threatened, their counterattack is swift, precise, and devastating. For every dog, the only lesson is, keep your distance unless you want to face the painful consequences.